Hey everybody, it's Yo Taylor back here at the Style Table on My Style Mondays at 7 p.m. And it's Halloween, and I am zipping from my candy deliveries to the cuties that come to the door. Thank goodness they're coming this year. Because I've been eating bowls of candy since 2020. I've got to stop. So I'm so glad you guys are here getting the candy. But I'm going to take a few minutes for My Style Mondays. And today, my guest is Nicole Ney. She is a fitness coach and yoga teacher. She's here to talk about her business and her style and how she's from the Northeast. So she went from New Jersey to California, which was LA, California, because there's a big difference in style as opposed to like the Bay Area. And then she came back to now she's living here in the DMV in the Mid-Atlantic state. So we're going to talk about how her athleisure style and her personal style has changed and adjusted, or if it even did. We're also going to talk about the importance of fitness and what it brings to your body and your lifestyle and mindfulness and all those good things. So, Nicole, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
So, first off, let us know a little bit about you. Tell us your history.
Yeah, so I have been moving in Reuven probably since I was in the womb, but officially started ballet at age 5 and then went on to tap and jazz and point. And I was in a dance company at the age of 12. And I took a little break feeling like I was missing out on kid things like skating parties and wound up running track and cross country in high school, completely opposite set of muscles. And then went back to dance my senior year for a hip hop class and eventually wound up after college in New York City in a girls' hip hop group, dance group. And it was in New York that I started practicing yoga. I was running still and doing different workouts. And a teacher came to my corporate job. And I just fell in love with it. I didn't know what it was at the time, but everybody talks about mental health now. I have anxiety always in my head, 5 steps ahead in my brain, and I needed something to regulate my nervous system, especially in New York, the hustle and bustle, constantly moving.
Mm-hmm.
And I also wanted to maintain my flexibility from dance and mobility. So that started me on my journey. And she really planted the seed for me to become a teacher. And eventually I started weightlifting out at Gold's Venice Beach, the bodybuilding mecca in Los Angeles. And I got my personal training certification through the National Academy of Sports Medicine. And, here I am after COVID, a whirlwind for everybody, back on the East
Mm-hmm.
Coast. I'm in DC.
And I personally love the Mid-Atlantic states because it's, especially this time of year, it's so beautiful. So I'm hoping you're enjoying all the colors. I know it's not LA and the beach, but we have 3 beaches around here, so you can get your beach on. But I want to talk about the fact that you have so much experience personally and on top of your certification of being a fitness coach, because you know how you've gone from ballet to hip hop dance to running track and field to weightlifting to yoga. So you know all aspects of fitness. So that's what makes you an amazing fitness coach. And I do know for a lot of women, you have experience in most of the things that women like to participate. Women like hip hop fitness classes. They like to run. They like to walk. They like to do, I know a lot of fitness athletes who do a lot of weightlifting as well. So, you know all about all of those things. So what if you're a person who has gotten off the wagon, what's the best way to get back on the wagon? And if you want to try something different, a do you have any suggestions? Should you just start out walking, or should you start out with yoga? Or what are some things that if you've put on those extra pounds and you want to get back in the groove or just get your health better because at over 50, for some of us, it's all about health. It's less about weight because I'm eating the wine and the cheese, but it's about my health.
Yes. We can get technical. And of course, when you lift weights, you build muscle burns more fat, it burns more calories. And I agree with all of that 100%, especially with my education, my certifications. And I also believe in doing what you find fun. And something I'm actually trying on is express your fitness. Like, what is it that lights you up? If it's being one with nature and going out and walking, then do it. I mean, and that's an excellent source to get your heart rate. Sometimes power walking gets it up higher, even than a slower run or a jog. And if it's dancing, I mean, I know like one time I went to my mom's gym and saw all these people. I mean, it was many, many years ago. Now I'm almost 50, but then it was a bunch of people over 50 and I saw them smiling and I thought, wow, this exercise really makes people happy. So just finding something that you're not going to hate and that you can stick to it.
And that sometimes means trying different things. And
Yeah.
so having a fitness coach like they can say, okay, I want to try this. Can we work with this? You're like, sure, let's do this.
Yeah.
So that's a great thing about having a well-rounded and experienced fitness coach. Now let's talk about your yoga teacher. What's your specialty? Is it hot yoga? Is it beginners, or is it, for advanced? What's your specialty?
Yes. I'm not really into hot yoga. It's beneficial. It's just not my thing. I sweat just fine on my own. I am the hot yoga.
Right.
I can teach to all levels. It's a perplexing conversation in the yoga industry because it has been very put out there on Instagram that if you can get into the contortionist pose, you're advanced. But I want to challenge somebody to say, if you can sit in meditation for 20 minutes, you're advanced, because yoga is a spiritual practice first and foremost. I enjoy teaching to people who are looking to relax, because believe it or not, it's hard for, the corporate office worker, or just teaching someone better posture. I do often find myself teaching to athletes, being one myself. I teach in a lot of CrossFit boxes. They definitely need to make sure that they're, stretching the muscles so they can eventually grow it and be stronger and lift heavier. And I like teaching to beginners as well, because I'm passionate about the practice that has changed my life and so many people's lives, that I like to share that and incorporate it into what they do. I actually had someone who hired me for personal training, private instruction in New Jersey. She has Hashimoto's disease. And so she gets flare-ups. It's an autoimmune. Okay. So sometimes I would show up and I wouldn't know what I was going to do. And I'm a chameleon and I can just kind of shift, and we would do some yoga, a little core work, or whatever it was that she needed that day just to move.
Yeah, it's sometimes I get really sore, and I'm always like sometimes I can just get tight, but I will admit that I am not as good with doing as much yoga as I should be doing, especially now over 50, because you really want to stretch those muscles, because as we age, and a fall can mean very serious things for someone who's older. So you want to rebound. At this age, it's all about how you rebound from the illness, how you rebound from accidents, falls, etc. So you stay healthy and active and independent. So that's I need to do more yoga. I do like yoga because it's it's therapeutic. For me right now, it's been walking. I do a lot of power walking while I'm on conference calls, but it is still a thing where you do need that space where you take that time. Like you said, you're advanced when you can sit there quietly for 20 minutes. Oh my God. That is advanced.
Yes.
because people, their lives are just constantly going. You're thinking about what do I have to do next, what I have to do next.
The to-do list.
So exactly, exactly. And fortunately, the next generations, the younger generations are like more interested in experiencing experiences, mindfulness, self-care than they are things. Studies are showing. So that is a good thing. So we're on the right track, and having an expert like you who can tap into whatever our personal interests are, that's the key. That's the key.
Yeah, I can come to your home or teach you out in your backyard, whatever it may be.
So let's talk a bit about your style. So New Yorker, Northeast, New
All
Jersey. So wearing all dark, all that's just what we do.
hmm
And then you went to LA and then
color, all the color.
color,
hmm
all the colors, all the colors. And so when you came to the DMV, did you did you readopt your Northeastern style, or did you bring your LA color with you?
No, I'm like the little unicorn that's sticking out with some of my coworkers at my day job, because they do love, the black and the solid colors, and I love a pattern. Teaching yoga, I would always want to, just show up, and I know it sounds silly to some people, but to me it just makes me feel good and cheerful and empowered. But like, show up in a new pair of tights for each class. I love, teals and purples and blues and lots of the sea colors. That's really, I dyed my hair red for 3 years. So probably the one thing I took on the fall colors when I came back to the East Coast.
And see, that's athleisure and athletic gear is a big part of everyone's lifestyle. People have hybrid work schedules now. Now that we're back into the world, your lifestyle still, you're running around. You want to look good when you're running around as well, when you're traveling. So athleisure is everything, and it's a big part of a woman's wardrobe or a man's wardrobe that I will incorporate when I'm styling my clients. Because I'm about aligning your style with your lifestyle. That's my focus. And so athleisure is a big part of that. And being a former flight attendant, man, getting through that airport efficiently and looking good is very, very important. And so I know you're a big fan of Athleta, and so am I. They have
Yeah.
some great, great looks. I just was checking out some things for the fall. Long vest, and yeah, I love it. I love it. And it's comfortable, and you look good. You look alert. I always say athleisure, when you're going through the airport, you look like somebody who's on the move going and you're awake.
Yes. Yeah, and from there I have, like, it's all about the layering, which I would say I probably brought from LA, because you never know. It's like 5 different seasons in one day out in LA. So I know how to layer, and I'm doing it here because I still am always, I guess, I'm just super warm blooded. Like,
Oh, she just froze on me.
ooh, are you there?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay. You can,
That listen, it's modern technology. It happens.
yes. Did you miss
So-
out on anything?
huh?
Oh, I didn't know if you missed out on anything. I had a little spinning.
I did, but that's all right. We're going to pick right back up, and you're going to repeat what you were
Okay.
telling us about layering and the importance of layering, and especially for those of us who have our own personal summers. Um,
Yeah,
I am trying
I
to
think
change.
always pretty much, excuse me, I've always been, I sweat just fine on my own, where there are usually women seem to be cold. So I make sure that I'm dressed in my layers so I can adjust to my own body temperature.
Yeah, I definitely have to wear layers,
Mhm.
and because especially when you're working out and you're like me, I'm walking, and you feel like when you first come out, it's like, oh, it's it's still chilly, it's cold, but man, after the first 20 minutes, your body is like your
Yes.
body starts to burning calories at that point. You're in calorie burn. So and so your body's really heating up. So you want to have those layers. But I like athleisure just so you can get around quickly. And pockets. Pockets are everything. Athleisure usually has lots of pockets.
Yes.
Pockets are everything.
Own
They
the
are
that
everything. Yes.
Yeah.
So, Nicole, everybody, Nicole's going to tell us how to get in contact with her because she, like I said, she's a fitness expert, coach. She is a yoga teacher, and she is going to tell you, she can help you with any workout routine. She does personal classes, one on ones, you name it. She can help you virtually because you do virtual classes as well.
Mhm.
So wherever you are in the country, you can definitely reach out to Nicole. She's going to drop her information in the comment box so you can get in contact with her directly. You guys know where you can find me, Yo Taylor at the Style Table. Please watch My Style Mondays every Monday at 7 p.m. And we're going to, I got to get ready to get that candy back out. I'm hoping I have more kids so I don't have to keep eating the candy. Speaking of working. So yeah, that's why I work out, just for my health, because I'm not giving up the candy. Not giving up the candy, especially chocolate with red wine. I'm just not doing it.
I don't
All right, everybody. See you next Monday on My Style Mondays. Happy Halloween, everybody. Bye.